Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Jude Jets Show, and here's everything that happened in the 7th practice of training camp. So let's first off start off with our daily Zach Wilson update. So first off, Zach Wilson turns 23 today, so happy birthday to Zach Wilson. And he also did not throw an incompletion in practice today. He simply did not miss. Let's start off what he did in the 11-on-11 drill. So he completed passes to Tyler Conklin, Braxton Berrios, Jet Smith, and CJ Uzomah. His completion to Tyler Conklin was a long one as well. Want to say it was the second read, just a beautiful play. During the red zone drills, he threw a laser pass to Elijah Moore for an 18-yard gain, and it would have given the New York Jets a first and goal on the 2-yard line. And he also threw 2 touchdowns, one to Tyler Conklin and one to Elijah Moore during the red zone drills. So he did not throw an incompletion today. He did not miss, and he was just on absolute fire. So a fantastic performance from Zach Wilson today. So now let's talk about who got sacked today. So Quinnen Williams sacked Zach Wilson, and Jermaine Johnson sacked Joe Flacco. Quinnen Williams is working with the first team. Jermaine Johnson's working with the second. Now I do want to say two things. First off, offensive line has just improved. Now that they have got pads, now that Mekhi Becton's finally started to make that transition. I mean, look, at the start of camp, that was his first time playing professional football since like last September. So he was going to be rusty. But now it looks like he's finally transitioned and he's finally ready. And George fans also starting to come back in. Connor McDermott, he's doing, kind of an average job filling in for him. But when George Fant does come back, that, makes the offensive line a whole unit. We have all of our starters. And for half of practice today, all of our starters played, and the offensive line, now that they have got pads, looks like a really good group, and I'm just so happy about that. And another thing that I wanted to talk about was Quinnen Williams. I mean, the New York Jets, of course, Quinnen Williams works in the interior of the defensive line, and the Jets' interior offensive line might be one of the best interiors in the league. I mean, you have arguably a top 10 center in Connor McGovern, a Pro Bowl guard in Lincoln Tomlinson last year, and someone who's going to make the Pro Bowl in the next 2 years in Elijah Vera Tucker. The Jets' interior of the offensive line is not a bad group at all. So the fact that Quinnen Williams, I think he has like 4 sacks in training camp so far, the fact that he's doing all of this against this really good interior of the Jets' defensive line tells you something about Quinnen Williams, and hopefully we can see a big season from him this year. Kwon Alexander had a nice tackle for loss today. It's also Kwon Alexander's birthday, so happy birthday to Kwon Alexander. And another thing about him is that he's already starting. This is his 3rd day at training camp, and Kwon Alexander was playing next to CJ Mosley today. He's already starting. Now, to be fair, he did already have experience in this Robert Saleh coaching scheme, so it, makes sense to why he's starting already. But I mean, just good stuff from Kwon Alexander. Looks like we're going to have a monster season from him. And he's also made a tackle for loss. I want to say, a tackle for loss is behind the scrimmage. And I want to say the tackle was on a running back. So it probably was a screen pass he stopped. We have somebody who could stop screens on the roster. That's insane. And as I said earlier, George Fant's not working full-time. He's, kind of working half of practice, but definitely expecting to be working full-time maybe by the time the green and white scrimmages start to happen. And then let's give a update on our kicking competition. So Eddie Pinheiro was the only player who kicked today, and he made 3 out of his 4 kicks. He missed from about the 55-yard line, but also made 3 kicks from 50-plus yards. Who knows if they were longer than 55 yards? Who knows if they were shorter? But he did miss one from about 55, but made his other 3. And Greg Zuerlein did not kick today because he has a toe injury, but they expect him to be back for the green and white scrimmage. And now let's give an injury update. So Michael Carter, who missed yesterday's practice, was in fact back today. Ty Johnson was not at practice today, and Vinny Curry was not on the field either. But that is your injury update. But this is the end of today's video. What are you guys' thoughts on the 7th practice of training camp? And I'm your host, Jude, signing off for now. Peace.